How's it going, guys? It's Josh here, welcome back to the channel, and today I've got a very underrated $600 or around 500 quid Ultrabook for you to check out. Be absolutely perfect for anyone who's looking for a fairly cheap laptop that looks really good, feels really good, and has great performance. So, it's the Huawei Matebook D. You've no doubt heard of the Matebook X and the Matebook X Pro. They've had a ton of good reviews. However, I've not seen people give this one much love, which is a huge shame, because I honestly think it's like the best Ultrabook you can buy right now at this price point. So, what do you get for your 600 bucks? Well, you get an aluminium, or should I say aluminum, unibody chassis, which immediately makes it feel very premium, a 14-inch 1920 by 1080 screen, a very comfortable keyboard, and this is where it gets a bit complicated. There's a few different versions of this particular laptop, and the one you'll get depends on where you live. In the UK, we get the AMD Ryzen 5 2500U processor, 8GB of RAM, a 256GB SSD, and AMD Radeon Vega 8 graphics. Now, if you're in the US, you can get it in the same configuration, although you'll get a fingerprint reader and a touchscreen in with all of that, which makes this an absolute bargain. Taking a look at the laptop then, you'll notice it kind of looks familiar. It's a bit like a 2015 MacBook. I've not got a problem with that, to be honest, but they've definitely ripped the design off a little bit. The bezels are very slim. It weighs only 3.4 pounds and is 0.6 inches thick, which definitely makes it one of the lightest and thinnest laptops around, taking into consideration price and specs, etc. I've certainly not seen anything that looks as good as this thing or feels as good in this price range. In the hands, it feels solid. Build quality in general is very nice, actually. Let's get the not so good stuff out of the way. The display, it's not mega bright, 230 nits, but providing you're not planning on watching movies in direct sunlight, you should be fine, to be honest. It's not bad, I would just say it's not one of its standout features. Also, the speakers, while quite loud, won't blow you away in terms of quality. They're a bit thin sounding, but I mean, it's got Bluetooth built in, so usually if I'm watching videos, I'll just use a pair of wireless earbuds. The webcam as well, it's not that great, it's quite grainy, but for the odd Skype call or whatever, it works. Some people might argue that a 3:2 aspect ratio screen is more useful than the 16:9 aspect ratio that we get on this laptop, and I'd probably agree with that. It's nice to have more height. But that's about it. There's really not many bad things to say about this laptop. Let's get to the good stuff then. So it's got two full-size USB ports, a full-size HDMI port, USB-C, and a headphone jack, which is pretty impressive on a laptop this thin. You can tell they've only just managed to cram some of those things in. The keyboard is very nice to type on. It's not completely flat like you'd get on a MacBook, but hey, at least it works. Shots fired. Here's a type test. Yeah, I think it's a nice keyboard. The key travels pretty low on paper at least, but you get good feedback from each key press. I certainly haven't found myself mistyping anything. The touchpad tracks well in Windows 10. It's obviously not going to feel as good as, say, like a super high-end laptop, but no complaints for the price. The left and right clicks give a nice solid click. Alright, this is where it gets really good. Battery life and performance. So the battery life is really impressive. I've used laptops before where you can literally see the battery drain the moment you use it for anything remotely demanding, but this thing just takes it. You'll easily get a whole day out of this thing if you're going to take it to school and use it to write documents or browse the web. And lastly, performance. Seriously guys, this thing is just insane for the price. Like I said earlier, there's a few different configurations, but if you go for the Ryzen 5 model, you can't go wrong. Obviously, everything is running on a 256GB SSD, so the whole experience is very snappy. Windows boots in an instant, programs load very quickly, but it can easily handle more demanding stuff. You can edit videos on this thing. I've got Premiere Pro installed. It handles 1080p editing, no problem at all. The playback is nice and smooth. 4K is a bit of a push. I suppose you could edit with proxies, but let's be realistic, guys. This is like a 500 quid laptop. And guys, you can game on this thing. Seriously, when I got this, I thought there's no way this is going to be able to handle like AAA titles and stuff. Like, it's an Ultrabook, but it'll do it. Medium settings at 1080p got me 60 FPS in Rocket League, which is the one game I wanted to be able to play on it. You'll be fine with anything like Stardew Valley or similar indie games. And yes, you can even play Fortnite on this laptop. You'll need to play at 720p and turn down the settings to hit that 60 FPS target, but it will do it. Now, I bought this laptop for one thing really, do a bit of DJing here and there, so I just needed something light and portable and fairly quick. However, a huge bonus would obviously be the ability to game and edit videos on it, both of which I can do. I couldn't justify the premium price tag of the Matebook X Pro because I currently don't need a 4K editing rig, I use my desktop for heavy stuff like that. And gaming wise, to be honest, the MacBook X Pro won't do an insane job of gaming either because it's not built for that, it's an Ultrabook. And that's why I decided on this. It's cheap, it's the best looking laptop at this price point in my opinion. The performance is outstanding, the keyboard is great to type on, battery life is fantastic. It's just an overall great laptop. I just don't know why it hasn't had more attention, it's a shame. If you want to buy one, I'll drop the Amazon links in the description. I'll make sure I try and link the correct model for you. Like I said, it's available in a few different configurations. I've seen it with an i5 option and an i7. The i7's way more expensive. It's like $1,000, which is kind of MacBook X territory, so don't know what they're doing there. And the i5 is a little bit pricier, and it's not really any better. So go for the Ryzen version with the Vega graphics, and you won't be disappointed. And like I said, I believe the US version gets the fingerprint reader and touchscreen as well, which is a pretty huge bonus. The price seems to go up and down a little bit, and availability is a little bit weird as well, but anyways, hopefully you can find one because it is a great little laptop. If you enjoyed the video today, guys, I'd appreciate a like rating. You can hit that subscribe button to see more. Don't forget the notification bell. You can follow me on social media at Tesseract. Thanks for watching today, guys. I'll catch you all in the next one.